At the start of last week, I had about 39 workdays left to get roughly 60 videos sorted. In an attempt to make life for future me easier, I want to get as ahead as possible on my content schedule, and that was very much the focus for the week just gone. But like any good quest, there of course have to be some enemies to conquer along the way, whether they be self-inflicted or cast upon me by my editing software. But to see how I got on, let's jump back to Monday morning. Good morning, happy Monday. So far today we have already put on our laundry, we have taken our walk and kept the exercise streak alive, I have had my overnight oats for breakfast, and I had my medication, one of which I was supposed to have last week, possibly even the week before, and totally blanked on. I'm like, well, no wonder you're feeling so low energy, take your vitamin D. So as a reminder, if you have something that is waiting on your attention that you might have forgotten about, whether that's medications or just drinking water, this is your reminder. But this week is going to be an interesting one because next week Vogel and I are going away, which means that this week I need to really double down and get stuff done because I'm not going to have the time to do it next week. I'm like not going to be around. One thing in particular that does mean is editing this current vlog as the week progresses rather than leaving it till next Monday, because next Monday Jess will not have time to do it. She's gonna have to pack and leave the house and get on a plane. But that is a future me problem. My right now problem is waiting for Vogel to get out of the shower so that I can shower, so that I can actually get my day started, because as is typical for a Monday, it is an editing day. I aim to get 3 videos up today. One of them is going to be the vlog from last week, one of them is going to be the podcast episode for this week, and one of them is going to be something else. Not too sure what that is yet, but something. But in order to do that, I do need to go and properly get ready for the day. There we go, feeling clean, feeling fresh, feeling ready to tackle the day. According to the schedule, as of today, there are 39 work days left until our trip and 57 videos to get done. I really want to get that ratio looking a little more 1-to-1 rather than 1-to-some, though I don't think I'm going to be able to do that by the end of the week, but eventually it would be nice because I will get to the 1-to-1 and then maybe even like 1 to part of 1. Too early for math right now though. We're not going to do those kind of calculations. Instead, it is time to get the footage off my phone and hope that it goes better than it did last week, because last week it took me like 45 minutes to get the files off. And I'm like, that is like an entire chunk of time that I could use to edit one full day of the vlog. So putting the good vibes out for a smoother transition this time. It was transferring the footage so well, and then I looked at it wrong and it's like catastrophic failure. I'm like, no, not failure, please. But all of that footage is uploaded to the computer now, which means it's time for editing. And it only took me 15 minutes, not 45. I'd still prefer the process to be faster, but it is what it is. One of the things that I'm doing this week that I haven't necessarily done the past couple weeks is just really leaning into the joy aspect of things. What can I do to make my work easier, smoother, faster, more fun? And right now I think that's going and getting a cheeky cola, because I have typically, at least recently, been trying to not drink cola until lunchtime, but right now Jess needs the bubbles. In terms of the official footage count though, we have 3 hours and 22 minutes to edit today. Well, for the vlog. I just love the inception of this, right? So it's me editing a video of me editing a video of me editing a video. I love how repetitive my Mondays are. At least I know that next week we're not going to have exactly the same thing, because by this time next week I should not be editing Monday of this week, because I'm going to be doing little bits of editing of this week's vlog throughout the week. But anyway, back to editing. After an hour, we have 22 minutes of footage edited, which have been edited down to like 9.5 minutes of footage. So progress is being made, even if slowly, though this is fairly typical for a vlog edit, so I'm not really that fast. Honestly, most of the time I measure my progress through the vlog edit in terms of like what day of footage I'm up to. So currently I'm sitting on Monday evening. I'm hoping that by the end of the next hour, I could get to partway through Wednesday. That'd be cool. Let's see if we can make it happen. Another hour down, we're at 23 minutes on the vlog done now. And I managed to get myself partway through Wednesday. So I hit the target I was hoping for. For the next hour, I'm hoping to get to the end of Friday. Next hour check-in, we are at 38.5 minutes done with, I can't do time math in my head. What's 2 hours 14 minus 39-ish minutes? Because that is how much footage I have left to edit. I didn't quite get to the Friday stuff. I think I'm getting towards the end of the Thursday footage right now. But that means I only have the last little bit of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday left to go. I'm not even gonna set myself a prediction for how much I'm gonna get done in the next hour. And I was like, oh, but you could set like a hope for yourself. No, we're not even gonna do that. We're just gonna see what happens. And then at the end of the next hour, it'll be lunchtime, so break time. Another hour down and we are at 50 minutes edited. But I might have gotten just like a little bit distracted because a very exciting package from Artranola arrived. So I've got some tapes and some pens and some journals. And also the sticker packs. I didn't realize they were sending me quite that many things. It's really generous. So I'm very excited to go through those, but not until after lunch and after I finish editing this video. That could be my reward for getting my work finished, or at least that part of my work finished. One of the things that I told myself I was going to let myself do this week to kind of keep morale higher was just forego doing my own lunches and get DoorDash every day, or essentially just like follow my joy, whatever I wanted to get. Today for lunch I decided to order some Indian food, very excited for it, and there's enough with that I can have it across 2 meals, so I don't technically have to order more food tomorrow because I've already got food for tomorrow. Lunch is done though, can't look at my order, don't have a look at it. Back to editing. Another hour done. I am having a stretch break by walking around my office. We have just one more day of footage left, so I'm on to Sunday. 1 hour and almost 1 minute of footage done, so only 25-ish minutes left to look at, which means hopefully I can get this done before the end of the next hour. Given the fact that I'm on the Sunday footage, I think that that's probably gonna happen, given that it takes roughly 45 minutes per day, which means there should still be time left in the day after that to do some more work. In particular, the first port of call is gonna be the podcast, but no talking, gotta do work. That one is exporting, which means it's time to make a thumbnail. Thankfully, this is another week where past Jess was very considerate and actually prepared some stuff for thumbnails rather than making current Jess sift through all the footage trying to find something for a thumbnail. That is one more video done. So we can cross all of those off the checklist, and up next is the podcast. When it comes to the podcast editing, it's more so just podcast checking because our editor, Francisca, edits that. Hello, Francisco, we appreciate you. I don't even know if she watches these videos. Anyway, so we have the timeline here, which is the piece that she's edited, and I just go through and check it to make sure that we're happy with the final output. I say we, I'm pretty sure Mark just trusts me implicitly because I'm the one who's more particular about things. So for the most part, if I'm okay with it, he's usually okay with it too. But in this episode, we're talking about pens. So I'm probably also gonna have to go and add in some B-roll. B-roll being the footage that goes over the top of the A-roll. A-roll is the talking head, B-roll is the extra clips. And that probably also means I need to film some B-roll. Mark has already sent through his B-roll, so I need to download that as well. The vlog editing is going slowly but surely because I need to like add the B-roll in, so it's a lot of watching over the clips, making sure it's the appropriate moment for those kind of things. But we have an intruder. Intruder Vogel.
Hello!
What you doing?
Spiking your plants.
Hopefully in a nice way.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some fertilizer. They feel like they need it. These look dead.
Don't be mean to my half-dead plants. That one is done. Has the B-roll, just need to export it and make a thumbnail. Thankfully past me actually already started making this one, so it shouldn't take me too long. After editing last week's vlog though, I genuinely feel like I need to stop making time estimates for things like, oh, I think it'll only take me X long, or oh, I think I'll be up to here by this point in time. My estimations of time are shocking. I think I actually need to do another 2-week stint of tracking my time in 15-minute increments to just see how long things actually take. And yes, I know that things have a tendency to change when we measure them, which can both be a helpful thing and a not so helpful thing. But just for getting a better appreciation of how long things take, I think it would be a worthwhile experiment. I'm not going to do that this week because we're already most of the way through Monday, and I'd also like to do it across 2 weeks just so then I have kind of an ability to take an average, because 1 week versus the next might look a little different. Like for instance, this week it's all about editing and getting stuff done and getting ahead on content and whatnot, whereas next week it's the mini moon, so that data wouldn't be quite so helpful for like regular everyday life. Once I've got this thumbnail done though and the video completely exported, we can get that one uploaded to the podcast channel and then go downstairs for dinner. Also, as a side note, if you wanted to subscribe to the podcast channel, it's all about planning and stationery and that type of stuff. There's a link in the description box, or you can scan the QR code on screen. We would love to have you as one of our planet pals. My studio lights are on because I did an impromptu live stream to show off the Artranola of goodies over on Instagram. I haven't done a lot of Instagram lives. It's not like my comfortable place, vertical. Like turning the phone this way to do things It's a no from me. Let's put us back because that was uncomfy. For now though, I'm gonna keep working. I think I could get the majority of my 2026 lineup video sorted, and it'd be nice to have that one mostly done because tomorrow is supposed to be more of a video planning day rather than a hardcore editing or filming day. That's the working theory at least. We'll see what actually happens. It is now 9:30 and I finished filming my B-roll, or at least I think I have. Hopefully, I hope I have. So I think I'll go till about 10 putting that B-roll in, and if I get it done, sweet. If I don't, sweet. I'll just finish it tomorrow. Did I stop at 10? No, it is now 10:25, but that one is exporting. So tiny silver lining, and I'm gonna go get into bed right the heck now so I can be in bed by 10:30 and check that off on my tracker as actually done. Most importantly, in terms of things done today, we have done the 2026 lineup video. I haven't actually uploaded it yet, so we'll just half cross it. We did Change Your Life week 6. That one is done, uploaded, ready to release. We did the podcast, if I wrote that down. Totally didn't write it down, so we're just gonna put that one here because it deserves a mention. The pen podcast episode. The rest is still yet to be done, but that is progress. Tomorrow we have videos to plan and a podcast to record, and I want to be well rested, but I'm pretty pleased with the progress that I made today. Things took longer than expected, as they typically do, but that's 3 more pieces of content that come off the Vlogmas list, at least once I upload the one that's exporting. Tomorrow me's job. Anywho, good night. Good morning, happy Tuesday. We're getting ready to go out for our walk. The sky is awake, so I should probably wake up too. It was so much easier pretending to be awake when I was sitting in the dark. On the cards for today though, podcast recording, video planning, that kind of thing. Also probably doing some vlog editing, because we want to make sure we do future Jess a favour. But first, we're going for the walk. Keeping the streak alive. Got my walking buddy. Yay. Ready to go? Yeah. Walk done, breakfast done. Need to start thinking about getting the office together for filming a podcast. Mainly turning it into a den of solitude so that the studio lights can do their job. Honestly, I'm in a bit of a weird mood today. I know I want to be productive, but I'm feeling very meh. I'm hoping that that passes soon. I really should have put these things away in advance. Oh, throw them over there. Recording that one went well. It is all done. And now as I've actually gotten started with working for the day, I'm feeling a little bit more in the mood to work. Because yeah, before we started recording, I'm just like, I couldn't be bothered today. I don't want to do it. But for that podcast, I still need to figure out a thumbnail picture, make sure that I take that so I look the same in the thumbnail as I did recording the thing. And then we can get on to thinking about something else. I haven't written myself a task list for the day, so I'm feeling just a little bit discombobulated. That'll probably also make me feel a little bit more eager to get in and get stuff done. I got my thumbnail pictures taken and then I went and just added some stuff to my task list for the day in the interest of feeling just a little bit less discombobulated. And I'm thinking that one of the reasons that I feel like a scatterbrained mess right now is 1, I have a lot of videos that are partway through being made, but 2, I have one video in particular that I have left at a point that I don't typically leave videos at. So I've kind of got it kicking around in the back of my head being like, you need to do this, you need to do this, please pay attention, you need to get this done. And that is in particular, once I export a video, it is usually a very kind of like quick process of getting it uploaded and like scheduled for release. And I have left my 2026 planner lineup video not done. Like, I've exported the video, it's all kind of finished in terms of actually making the piece of content, but the thumbnail is not finished, the upload is like in progress because it doesn't have a thumbnail. I need to do titling, I need to do the description box and all of that kind of thing. And usually as soon as a video is exported, that stuff just gets done. Typically between hitting export and getting it fully scheduled, I don't hit pause, I just do the whole thing the whole way through. So I'm gonna do that first, get that one off of my mental plate, and then move on to something else. Now, I know I said that this was supposed to be a video planning day, like preparing the materials for it, rather than doing any kind of filming or whatnot, and I'm not planning on filming today, but I do have a lot of stuff in my editing queue, so we might do a mix of editing and planning, again with me trying to do the whole like follow your joy approach, but also making sure I'm doing things in a sensible order, so the stuff that comes out first is the first to get sorted. That one is up now, ready for release. And that means that I can take it out of this uploading section and just specify that it's actually been finished. Whee! Complete. Yay! And I can also go and take it out of the mess that is this Vlogmas planner. That means that we have 38 workdays left, including today, and 53 videos left to make. The ratio is getting better, slowly but surely. I just went and responded to a bunch of comments from last week's vlog, and as part of that, we have some comments to respond to, which I don't usually do in these vlogs, but I'm literally just looking at them now. So we had somebody call out the fact that I have a yellow post-it note. That is the goal for this quarter. So each of these post-it notes represents, I think, half a kilo. Yes, half a kilo of weight that in theory I wanted to lose across the quarter. Notably, I haven't removed any recently because your girl has not been doing so great in the weight loss front. She has had other priorities. That's not to say that I've given up on that goal. It's still something that I want to work on, but right now I'm just like, Vlogmas, one track mind, gotta go fast. And by that I mean just gotta make content. Another request we had though was to go and have a look at the quilt in Vogel's office. This is a quilt that my mum made for me back when I wanted to have a kind of Japanese inspired bedroom when we first moved to New Zealand. But then when Vogel and I moved in together, he liked it so much that it became a staple in his office. This little person is my favorite. And the hair buns on this one are giving like Zoe vibes from K-pop Demon Hunters. Not that the little dolls are Korean, but like the hair, it matches. And we also had some great recommendations on how to add extra protein to my overnight oats, which I think will be beneficial for like keeping me satiated for longer and such, because although there were also recommendations to not have overnight oats because it spikes my insulin and such, I like them and I am not going to stop. It's one of those things, it's like, yes, there are probably better breakfasts out there for me, like in terms of keeping me fuller and aligning with health goals and all of that kind of thing. But until I find them, I'd rather go with something that I reliably know I will actually eat. Because there was a period there where I would just ignore breakfast, and in not having it, I'd get to the middle of the day feeling ravenous, and then I would make not so great choices in terms of my food and eat copious amounts of things that, nutritionally speaking, the body was like, please don't. So overnight oats is a step at least in the right direction in terms of consistency in having breakfast and having fruit in the morning and in having something that just sparks a little bit of joy. So if you have any requests for next week's vlogs of things that you in particular would like to see, just let me know. I might be able to include it once I read your comment. In the interest of closing the loop on some more of my videos, I'm going to edit the one that's supposed to come out next week. That one is kind of replacing the typical weekly live stream because I'm not going to be around to do a live stream. And by the time I finish that, it'll probably be lunchtime, or might well be lunchtime before I finish that, so we'll see. Alrighty, I've gotten to about here in terms of editing, though some of the stuff in here might need a little more tweaking. This one in particular is taking a while because it requires a lot of extra graphic bits to be made, and so I've gone and made each of these individually and they take a second. As far as the graphics go, they're not the fanciest things ever. They're mainly just little things that I'm making in Excel and then putting them in Photoshop so that they can actually have a background and such. But it's really just there to illustrate the point so that people understand what I'm talking about. I just wish that they didn't take quite as long to make. But that's alright, I know the video will be a good resource and it's going to be one that I'll probably refer back to a lot of the time when people ask questions, because that one in particular is an explanation of cyclic planning, like an updated version of an explanation. And cyclic planning is something I'm going to stick with and I'm going to keep talking about it, so I assume people will still be like, huh? And it's nice to have a reference for them to go back to. For now though, it is definitely time for lunch. I am getting peckish, mainly because it's like 1:47 and I do typically try and have lunch at 1, so it's not unexpected that I'm hungry. Most excitingly though, we have had a package arrive. Well, technically 2, because one of them is a birthday present, not for me, but this one is my new suitcase. Well, technically new suitcases, because there should be 3 in there, mainly because the suitcase that I have is just like way too big, and in particular thinking about going to Japan next year possibly, and then taking our family trip to Korea and such in January. I wanted something that was a little smaller, but in particular something a little smaller that has a nicer lock, because the one that I have that is a little smaller, it was from a kind of budget-friendly brand because I got it quite a while ago, and so I just wanted something that was a bit better quality, has a decent lock on it, and I figured that getting that in advance of our trip was probably a good idea. I was worried it wasn't going to arrive before the mini moon because I figured it'd be nice to give it like a test run or a trial run on the mini moon. Not that I'm gonna return it or anything, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great because it's a brand that my mum has and I've used her suitcases previously because mine just weren't suitable for the trips I was taking. And because I liked that so much and because it worked so well, I'm like, yeah, okay, I've effectively done an ultra trial run, so now I can get one for myself. Anyways, hungry, lunch. Got my leftovers from yesterday. Little bit of naan, little bit of korma and onion bhaji, everything is good. Lunch done though, back to work. took a second, but that one is all done in terms of editing. Now I just need a thumbnail.
Yes, good.
Needed a monthly calendar as a prop for my thumbnail, so I've just printed off one rather than drawing it up because ain't nobody got time for that. That is going to be another one edited and up ahead of time. Of course, already available to members of Team with capital T. That means we can also cross it off here, and we can cross off the 2026 lineup video. Yay! I feel like I'm having to update this in so many different places, but every single time I check one off, it's just like, oh yes, getting things done. Next protocol though is prepping the podcast footage. So essentially I go through, make sure that the audio levels are kind of matching between the two people who are recording. I started that sentence not knowing where it was ending, between myself and Mark. And then once I got the audio levels for both of them, I combine both of them together. So right now on the track we have solo Jess, solo Mark, and then I'll kind of like stack them on top of each other, so there's one on top of the other, and then crop the top footage so that it only takes up half a screen, and that's how I get the split screen. Also making sure to reposition the footage that's underneath that, otherwise you'll get like half of my face and then like Mark sitting there looking fine. We did used to use the split screen that just got put out by the software that we used to record, but it would just take forever to export. I'm like, I can just do this myself. It does not take that long. And plus, by doing it myself, I can, one, play around with the audio levels and thus just a better sound balancing between the two clips. And two, I can make sure that we're actually in the same place. Because if I'm sitting like here and he's like here, then it'll look a little strange. Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
You were recording.
Who did you think I was talking to?
Oh, I thought that was your video, not you. But
Well, it will be.
I'm opening this because I'm going downstairs so you can have the cooler.
Instantly, it is nicer in here. Thank you for that. Back to editing though. So you can see we have Mark's footage on top of my footage, and then I've cropped it down so he takes up half the screen. And then if we turn mine on, you can see that there I am next to him. And my clip has been moved, otherwise I'd be over here and that wouldn't look great. Just got to get that one exported so then I can add it to the editing folder. One thing that does bother me slightly about my editing software is that when something is exporting, I can't go and edit something else, which is a little frustrating because right now it would be nice to be able to edit another video, but I do have some videos that need planning, so I'm gonna go and do the planning for those while I wait. Getting super up close and personal with my hand as I make this thumbnail. This one's gonna be for our live stream this week, but it seems like Vogel is making quite a commotion in the kitchen, so we are going to go and assist. Tonight for dinner we are having black cherry chicken with wrapped bacon, cream cheese filling, something or other. I don't know. Got bacon around the outside, cream cheese with an orange zest filling on the inside, and then vegetables. I am doing the assist, so I have opened the chicken up, I guess. It's got a pocket on the inside so the cream cheese filling can go in. This is the part where you can like really stuff it up. And then Vogel is prepping the cream cheese filling in a little baggie so we can pipe that in. Tiny bacon wrap bambino, which we're now going to shove into the oven. Yeah. But once it's dinner time, that means that work time is over because Vogel and I are going to be watching the next episode of Critical Role because we don't have bacon and we didn't watch it live. And I figured that in the interest of keeping my goal surrounding reconnecting with my creativity alive, I'm going to do some colouring in while we watch that. Because it's the kind of thing that you can mainly listen to. You don't really have to pay very close attention to the TV. Just realized I took my ring off to deal with the chicken and I haven't put it back on, so hopefully that's fine and in the kitchen and safe. Getting on with that thumbnail though, so this is what it's looking like at the moment, but this is what it started as. So you can see I used a paint marker for the red cross, but it was kind of still quite see-through, so I just went and boldened that up a little bit, fixed up some line work over here because I didn't really love the placement of it so much, and then just like brightened the image up really, slightly adjusted the coloration on the desk because it has been faded by the sun and I don't like that kind of blue tone that it actually has. Like I literally have a picture of the way that the desk used to be and I just use that to color the picture so that it looks more akin to what the desk used to look like. Or I mean technically it's not even the desk, it's a piece of paper, but you get the idea. I would love to get a replacement piece of paper, but I can't find one. Like the one that I purchased originally, because I do like the design of it, they don't sell it anymore. Very frustrating. So I have started writing up a general outline of the episode that we're going to film tomorrow, because Mark and I are very much trying to get ahead in terms of filming the podcast episodes, because holiday season, I'm going away, he's going away, just trying to get ahead. Also, we're kind of hoping that we can possibly get ahead on the 2026 content as well, because at the moment our times, because of the daylight savings changeover and such, are aligned much nicer than they are at the other half of the year. So the more we can get ahead, the easier the next half of next year is going to be. which even thinking about that right now is ridiculous. Right now, all I need to think about is turning off my computer and going and having dinner. I'm looking forward to this meal. See, this is the filling and the bacon wrapped, and Vogel's already put the cherry sauce all over his homemade chips and broccoli. Thank you for dinner.
Cheesy.
Cheesy. Dun, 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 dun. Dinner was very tasty, but now it is gone. But now it's time for an unboxing. In the sense that I already took it out of the box. But here she is. She's so beautiful. But wait, there's more. It's like a nesting doll. She has a little sister. And then a little baby. They're a little family. Oh, I love them so much. And this also means that I can declutter my old suitcases. The ones that either were kind of too big or the locks weren't that great or whatnot. Like, they're still fine suitcases. They're still very usable. I'm not just gonna, like, throw them away. But now I have ones that are matchy-matchy, and I love them. I didn't order these, but they came in the box, so we have some silicone wheel covers. It also came with 2 little luggage tags, so I've got one in pink and one in blue that I'll probably give to Vogel. And I got myself a luggage organizing packing cell set because I thought this would be really handy. I also got one for Vogel, but his came outside of the box. Or, like, not in a box. Pink for me, black for him. I'm gonna be so dang organized. I figured that pink for me made the most sense because all of my clothes are black, so I wanted to actually be able to see them when I pack all my stuff. Safeguarding future me. For now though, it is time to get my stuff together because we are having a cozy night on the couch, watching Critical Role, doing coloring in, maybe having some popcorn, maybe other stuff too. It should be good. We have gotten to the break and I have finished my coloring page. Not necessarily sold on it, but it looks pretty alright. How's your gaming going?
Gaming's going pretty well. I'm hunting for colourful screws.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm like, is that a euphemism?
No. I've got the last set to go and I'm done.
Excellent. Alrighty, back to watching.
Back to watching.
And then in the second half, I did this one, and I've made decent progress on this one. I decided to go very Pink Pony Club. I completely stuffed up the colouring of my little Grim Reaper, but it doesn't matter. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the... Oh my god. The eyes. I definitely got some pink in them, and that is why I started colouring them in purple. It is all good. My learning about blending is very much a trial and error type process. This is just fun though. I'm not really trying too hard. Like, I'm trying to do a decent enough job and keep inside the lines where possible, but it's mainly just for fun. Anywho, we have finished our episode of Critical Role. It is way past our bedtime. It's like 11:30. And tomorrow, need to be productive again. So, good night. Good morning, happy Wednesday. Today is going to be an editing day primarily, along with filming for another podcast episode. But before that, we need to keep the streak alive and go for a walk. It's looking quite nice outside, so I'm looking forward to it. Got my headphones so that I can continue my audiobook. Now I just need to go get ready to tackle the world, because right now I'm in my pajamas and that's not how I want to go outside. There we go, feeling much more presentable. What I do need to do is make sure that I charge my headphones, because although they're okay today and they'll probably be fine tomorrow, I don't want to leave it to chance. I don't want to get halfway through my walk and get to a pivotal moment in the story and then my headphones go wah wah wah. But in terms of the editing for today, it is mainly going to be firstly, the reading journal setup for 2026, because that comes out this weekend. Secondly, the December setup, because that comes out next weekend, but I'm not going to be around to do the editing for that next week. And then thirdly, this vlog, because although I said we're going to help future Jess out, we're going to make sure that she doesn't have to do all of the editing next Monday. I have done none of it. And given the fact that it takes roughly 45 minutes per day, and we're up to day 3, I can count, though day 3 we haven't really gotten underway with, but anyway, so that's 2 blocks of 45 minutes, so at least an hour and a half of editing for the vlog, roughly. If I do that today, then that's just one thing that future Jess doesn't have to do, which makes me sound so negative about it. It's not that I don't enjoy editing, it just isn't necessarily my favorite thing. I like the end outcome. I don't mind the process. And I think the nice part about editing the vlog footage, at least a little bit closer to when I filmed it, is that it's a bit easier to remember what my intention for the footage was. So it's like, oh, did I intend this to be a time-lapse section? Did I intend this to be kind of clipped and cut to music? A lot of the times I can infer from context, but sometimes I'm just like, no idea what to do with you. Anywho, for now, let's go for a walk. we are ready to record another podcast episode, in the sense that I need to go over the notes that I wrote because I can't remember what I wrote down yesterday. And it'd be nice to know the talking points before we get into it and then just like stumble our way through an episode. This time we're recording a video that actually comes out next year, which is kind of crazy because we want to get ahead, but it still feels kind of ridiculous. I need to get some things off my desk so I don't get distracted, but then it'll be time to record.
Hello and welcome to the Planner Pals podcast, a podcast hosted by two true Planner Pals. My name is Mark, and I go by Mark and Bailey.
I'm Jess, or JashiiCorrin, and I feel like we're starting off with an almost controversial topic for the new year. Who are we? Are we getting into like planner drama? No, not so much. Podcast recording is done. I don't think that topic was Mark's favourite, just given the fact that he said repeatedly that he didn't enjoy it. But I still appreciate him chatting with me about it. I've been consuming a lot of videos about overconsumption recently, and so it's a topic that I'm actually quite interested in. So of course, given the fact that it is the Planner Pals podcast, we were talking about overconsumption in the planning space. And I do think there are some things that I've come to realize that like I am over-consuming in, or like have too much of, because honestly, when it comes to stationery and such, I don't buy a lot of the supplies myself. I'm very generously gifted those things, but that does mean that I'm kind of in this perpetual state of decluttering because I don't need to have those things in my collection. And just like with the suitcases, they're not going to landfill or anything. I'm giving them to other people, selling them on or something, letting them go and fulfill their destiny with somebody else. But it is a question I've been asking myself recently, like, given the amount of supplies that do come into my collection, is this something that I want to continue with? Like, having them come into my collection. Not making videos or anything, of course I want to keep making videos. But it's just a curiosity point. Right now, what I'm very curious about is lunch, because I am hungry. And then after that, it is going to be video editing. I need to edit the footage from the podcast we just recorded, to the extent of like sound balancing it and getting that into the editing folder. I then also need to do the edits for at least one other video, possibly two if I can get onto it. And I'm just a little frustrated, honestly, because today was going to be a filming day, in particular a face forward filming day, because like, you know, she did her hair. But I didn't get around to preparing the talking points for those videos yesterday, so I can't film them today. So if I'm going to film them tomorrow, I'm gonna have to do my hair again tomorrow, which it doesn't take like that long, but it takes long enough that I'd rather just not have to do it and just tie my hair back in a ponytail while it's still wet. Anyway, these things aren't gonna edit themselves, so let's get started. Decided I'd start with a reading journal setup, but I also updated my editing software and it is not my favorite. Like, it's just because this little playhead down here, this one, the one that I slide across to be able to view different pieces of footage, it's really hard to grab because I swear they've made this smaller. Maybe the hitbox is smaller. I don't know. It's annoying. It's these kind of things that always make me apprehensive to update my editing software because I feel like something's gonna change right in the middle of like a critical moment where I'm trying to get things done and now stuff is just different enough. Just that little bit different that it throws me off. And this is definitely throwing me off. I just started recording and I think my lunch is here. Today for lunch we are having tofu pad thai from a place that I haven't eaten from before, so I'm interested to try it out. And it was okay at best. Plus it also had chicken in it, which was not something I requested. I'm not a vegetarian, but if I was a vegetarian, I wouldn't have been too impressed. Lunch is done now though, it is time to go and do the voice recording for this video. And hopefully get further than the 5 seconds that I got to last time. The video only has 5.5 hours of footage after we went and trimmed out all the parts where my hands weren't really doing anything on the screen. But once it's edited down, it'll probably only be about half an hour, kind of similar to the last journal setup video I did, which was I think 33 minutes. But I wouldn't be surprised if it takes me 5 hours to actually get all of that voiceovering done. I'm hoping it doesn't though. I'm not going to set a prediction because we know how bad I am at predicting, but we'll just have to wait and see. While we were getting started at about 1 o'clock, it is now almost 2:30 and we are up to 16 minutes of voiceovering done. Meaning it has taken me an hour and a half to do 16 minutes of voiceovering. It's always an upsetting statistic. I don't know why I do this to myself. We're getting there, slowly but surely. It is 4:47 and I have officially finished recording the voiceover, so that's that kind of like one off the bottom. Funnily enough, the one that says audio, it goes till about 40.5 minutes, and now I just need to adjust the music track and the video track so that it matches what I'm talking about. And this is where the color coding comes in, because the pink footage needs to sit in the pink clip, the orange footage needs to sit for the orange audio, and the yellow needs to go on top of yellow. Do I have to color code it in rainbow order? Yes, I do. Okay, no, I don't. But I just like the visual appeal of it, and it helps keep everything organized. It means that when I go and put in the timestamps on YouTube, it's a lot easier to see which chapters there are. Oh yes, getting that one exported. Now we just need the thumbnail and then to upload it, write the description box, and get it scheduled. Checking in with my task list for the first time today though. So the reading journal stuff is done. That one I never put a dot at the front of because it was going to be my highlight for the day. So I wanted to highlight it before I put the dot on. There we go. And now I can cross it off. Excellent. And then in terms of the podcast, we finalized the talk points, we did the filming, I wrote thumbnail extra, but what I meant was thumbnail photo. It's cool, doesn't matter. I have downloaded it, I haven't done the sound balancing, split screen, uploading, yada yada, and I haven't started December Plan with Me. In terms of the midweek Mafia hangout, that one in theory would be happening tonight because it is Wednesday. Monica's sick, Rachel and I have decided we're just gonna kind of flag, so I did talk to Rachel. I don't need to pack and I don't need to pick a project. And thus this one is completely finished. Vlog editing. Ooh. I do definitely need to do some so that next week Jess can actually get the vlog up in time. Do I want to do that right now? No. Right now I want to see where Vogel's at because it's 5 minutes to 6. And although I have not been included in his dinner plans because I was in theory not going to be here, I figured it'd be nice to know when he was getting home. Can confirm Vogel is on his way home now and I have jumped into the December setup and have started kind of lightly editing that one. Really, I'm just going in and kind of structuring the editing of it. Let us elaborate. When I do a monthly Plan with Me video, essentially go through, plan all the pages, film all of the pages, film all of the close-ups and such. I try to film like pretty much everything all at once, just so then there's consistency in the lighting and how zoomed in I am and all of that kind of thing. And then when it comes to the editing, after we've gone through and clipped out all of the pieces where my hands weren't really doing anything, because I feel like if my hands aren't doing anything on screen, then visually I'm wasting people's time. I don't want to waste your time. Your time is valuable. I value you and your time. But once those kind of hand not doing anything parts are removed, then I just have one clip for each of the layouts or spreads that I've set up. The steps that I like to do before I go in and start voiceovering are things like ordering all of the clips so that they are in the correct order, like sequentially. I like to make sure that I've gone and put all of those little close-up pieces in between each of the individual layout setups. I like to go and trim the parts where I'm turning a page or whatnot so that they are at a regular speed as opposed to that sped up speed, just so that then once I do the voiceover, the rest of the editing isn't as difficult. Doesn't mean it's fast, still takes me a while, but it does make it easier. So right now I'm just watching some YouTube on one screen and doing that kind of like pre-editing on another. So my editing was going so well until I got kind of side distracted by a conversation with my friends and then realized that my editing software had crashed. I hadn't saved my work. It now won't open my work. It actually won't open anything. So I'm feeling really great about that. Not at all frustrated. Like, not even a little bit. So I'm currently trying to install an older version of my editing software that will hopefully run better and actually open the file. And hopefully I haven't lost too much / anything. Anything being lost? That'd be nice if nothing was lost. Am I optimistic about that? No, not so much, but hopefully. It is 9:55. I am currently restarting my computer because I tried to install the rolled back version of like, you know, couple, maybe 10 or so updates ago. Like I installed 15 today, version 15, because they're like, oh, version 15, new, swish, shiny, and I'm just like, don't like it, but that's cool. And I have gone back, or at least attempted to go back to 13, because I'm like, at least 13 worked, but in installing that, now it won't open, so I'm like, okay, fine, I will restart my computer, maybe that'll kind of like short circuit it in a good way. I don't know how to word it. I'm not a technician, but this was just supposed to be easy and done, and now it is being a plonker. Stupid. Hopefully the reboot works, because if it doesn't, then it's one of those things that I could say like, oh, I'll just pick it up again tomorrow because like it's almost 10 o'clock, you should go to bed. But I'm not going to get a good night's sleep if I don't know that this is going to work for me tomorrow. So I'm kind of inclined to just stay up trying to get it to actually work, because right now all it says is environment testing, and I'm like, yeah, cool, I don't care about your testing of the environment, just open the gosh dang app. Alrighty, I've gotten it downloaded, but it's like, oh yeah, you should like do version 15 and here are all of the updates that you're missing out on. No, I will refuse. I will not update. It's things like this that make me want to change my editing software. It's the kind of thing like I've used this editing software since I started doing videos, so I'm pretty familiar with it, but familiarity is not the only reason to stick with something. We should probably stick with things because they actually work and we like them, and right now you're not working and I don't like you. But it's open. Let's go see how much of my work I lost. Oh my god, I just jump scared myself because the audio is busted. I don't know if it's like Yeah, no, that seems to be a permanent problem. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay, I updated it to the stupid most recent version and the audio is working again, but if it tilts me again, we're done. We're done, and I'm gonna get new editing software and I don't even care. I will learn it from scratch. I'm just gonna tack that on top of the other stuff that I'm doing this quarter. Cries. I know in the grand scheme of life's problems, it is not one of the biggest ones, but it is a problem for me right now. The struggle is real. Shakes fist. Despite its best efforts, I got the video exported and I've gotten it uploaded, which is one more video that I can take off the Vlogmas plan, which means we have a little over 50 videos left and 36 work days, because today's work day is over, like well over. It's 11:15. I need to make sure I go and put in the Artronol of unboxing on here and the other video that I keep forgetting to add to my schedule. We're just gonna add that now because I will forget again, inevitably. I now have both of those in there, which means that the total video count is 52 videos left, which I'm annoyed at myself for not having added them earlier because it feels like I've just undone the progress that I made today. I know that's not actually the case, but still. There is still more to be done, but I'm not going to be able to tackle any of it in a meaningful manner if I don't get a good night's sleep. So, off to bed for me. We have a live stream to do tomorrow. It's going to be great, and then other video-esque things. But for now, good night. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I had literal nightmares about work. I had a nightmare that I was still working on trying to fix the editing software all through the night, and that I kind of like slipped into, it was not sleep, but like a flow state that was so deep that I kind of just like looked up and it was 9 a.m. and I hadn't had any sleep. And of course, one of the fun things about dreaming about work means that you get no escape from it. Even in my resting hours, I cannot escape you. It's not that bad. It's gonna be fine. But I do need to get out of bed and I guess I need to go for my walk. I'm kind of sitting here thinking like, do I go for my walk or do I just put that off till later? While I do think it would be a good idea to go for a walk, I'm also just feeling like maybe going to my office, maybe taking some notes for the live stream I'm doing later today, just so that I have some kind of like talking points already written out rather than doing everything on the fly. I think that this week's live stream would be a little bit better with a little more structure. But other than that, I haven't actually written myself a task list for today, and I just realized that I totally forgot to make my overnight oats yesterday. So yeah, things like this frustrate me about myself. To deal with that annoyance though, I'm gonna get out of bed. You know when an author uses the same plot device in every single one of their books? I feel like that is me and forgetting to set up my overnight oats. Not that I'm doing it intentionally, and I am very frustrated about it, but gosh dang it. But as can be seen, I did get my butt out of bed and we're gonna go for a walk, mainly because I know that if I do it earlier, I'm going to be more thankful for that than I am apprehensive about doing it right now. Right now I'm in a I don't want to kind of mood, but when I get back I'll be in a yay I did it kind of mood. So we're gonna go and chase that feeling. Well, not running anywhere, but you get the idea. Plus I can continue my book, which I am enjoying. And according to the weather report, it's actually supposed to rain later today, so this is a good idea. Can confirm, the walk was good. I'm overheated and sweaty now because despite it being kind of grey out there, it's actually quite warm. But that's all good, that one's done now. I'm gonna go figure out what to do about breakfast, have a shower, and get to the live stream. Though I definitely have to tidy up my office so that I have somewhere to work. I'm gonna write my filming notes on this little notepad just so that then it's very easily accessible and right in front of my face as we go through. Alrighty, the list is ready, so I've got my notes. I still need to tidy up though, and we have like 2 minutes until we're supposed to start. It's where I'm a professional. The stream went well, and in order to tackle the day with a little bit more organization, the next port of call was writing a task list. So the main things I'm going to be working on, it seems, according to my task list, are 1, getting the podcast stuff from yesterday sorted, like sound balanced into the editing folders. 2, Artronol of unboxing for the December sub-box. Very excited to do that one. Need to make sure that I do it before the mini moon so that they have that video. And then if I get more time after that, I will add things to the task list. But for right now, that's the focus. Progress! Those 2 individual clips are exporting, and then we will do the split screen. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot how long unboxing videos actually take me. I'm not complaining. It's very exciting getting to unbox things, especially for Artronol because I love this stuff. It's just that it's past lunchtime and I'm hungry, but I don't want to stop because everything's set up and I'm doing well and I'm just gonna use my want for lunch as an incentive to like go fast, or at least not stuff around. Officially did it, officially finished the filming. I now just need to edit the whole thing and get that sent off. Yes. But first I'm gonna figure out lunch. That video is done now. It is exported. Another one to check off the list. And I need to go and hide these materials from myself so then I don't accidentally put a spoiler in the back of a shot somewhere. Because I've definitely accidentally done that previously and I will not do it again. I've officially put all of the spoilers away, and in doing that and like, you know, putting things away in closets or in drawers or whatever, I think I need to do another declutter of my stuff, which feels almost kind of disappointing because I did such a good declutter last quarter. I got rid of over 1,000 items from my house, with a lot of that stuff coming from my office. So why do I now yet again have more things that I feel like I need to let go of? Probably because I wasn't as ruthless the first time. I was pretty ruthless. I'm pretty good at being ruthless when it comes to letting things go and finding them new homes. But because the office is a space that I have long put off in terms of getting rid of things, I think that even my ruthless go over has left things that still need to be gotten rid of. In the sense of, you know, donating, finding new homes, sometimes recycling or throwing away, depending on the item. But that is not a right now problem, that is a future me problem. Right now, as promised, I am gonna go and do some editing for this video because otherwise, next week Jess is not gonna get it out in time. And I won't stand by it. I won't have it. So far, the vlog has 2 and almost a half hours of footage, so I think I can get the majority of that edited today. And something that I'm also very aware that I need to do is kind of have a revamped look at my Vlogmas schedule, because next week we can't really do all that much. We're not going to be here. And I still have time this week to get things done. I just need to figure out what I can do when, because in theory, on Tuesday, I was supposed to go and plan a whole bunch of videos that I could film yesterday and today, and then I'd have more to edit. I didn't do that. So now I have a bunch of videos that, according to the schedule, I am behind on, even though I'm not actually late or anything on those. And so in looking at the schedule, I went and added in another column for myself just so that I could note down what step I'm up to. So just using a letter code. So like F for filming, that's the current stage. E for editing, that's the current stage. I haven't gone and filled the data in for all of them. And in fact, I haven't updated the ones I have filled in. But I think that once I get through some editing for this vlog, I'm gonna jump back in here and figure some stuff out. Especially because I realized that one of the things that I neglected to put on the schedule for Vlogmas was a change your life announcement. If we end up doing round 3 or like change your life for Q1 of 2026, it would be nice to let people know that that's happening. Of course, we don't have to do that. I think it'd be fun. If you would like a change your life round 3, you let me know in the comments. I feel like there's not a lot of point putting effort into setting up a challenge if people don't actually want it. But given that it's the way that I do my goal setting and goal work anyways, I'm gonna do it by myself. I just figured if people want to join me, they're more than welcome to do so. I just need to let them know that they can join me. Anywho, for now, editing. And now we have me recording a video about me editing a video where I commented on me editing a video of me editing a video. So dumb. I got about 20 minutes of the way through the edit, so not too shabby, but now it's time to go pick up Vogel. He ended up having a fairly busy day at work, so is getting home kind of late. So we're probably just gonna get takeout for dinner. Am I thrilled at the amount of DoorDash and takeout I'm getting? No, not so much. But when you're as kind of one-track mind as I am right now with like, gotta get the content done, doing the Vlogmas stuff, all of that type deal, I see it as a kindness to myself to just take other things off my plate. And one of the things that typically gets taken off first is preparing food. Even if I'm not necessarily the person who's preparing the food. A lot of the time Vogel will cook dinner, which I very much appreciate. But it's this weird kind of thing I have where the task of eating dinner feels like a chore if it's not something that has a very set outcome. I am explaining this incredibly poorly. It's essentially just the idea that takeout is consistent, even if not amazing. And because the outcome of that is reliable, the brain considers it safe. Whereas a home-cooked meal, because it is not as kind of like closely controlled in terms of the process, even if you're following a recipe, oftentimes the output of that is variable, and that sends my brain into a panic. My plan at this stage is essentially to get back to better eating, or at least less takeout, once we come home from the mini-moon. For now though, I'm grabbing towels for the back seat because in picking up Vogel, I'm also picking up his scooter, and it needs something to sit on because it like goes out on the dirt and stuff. I don't want that in the back of my car. Claire deserves better. Claire is our car. Vogel and I ended up doing McDonald's for dinner and then just sat on the couch, watched some dead meat. They were doing a filming studio tour and it's just nice to see them get so enthusiastic about all their bits and pieces. But for now, it is now almost 9 o'clock. I think that I'm gonna have a look at that editing timeline for all of the videos and content and such, and just revamp that a little bit for myself because it's just a little bit out of date. And I think that some of the pieces of content are missing steps. That's not to say it doesn't work right now, but I think that to make it work better in my brain, it just needs some tweaking. While this is the structure I'm currently working with, I'm gonna go and make a couple changes to make it a bit more user-friendly. Alright, so the main change that I've made so far is that in these columns here, I'm gonna be recording whether I have planned, filmed, and edited the video, because pretty much as soon as it's like edited or like uploaded or whatever, I just delete the row. So I didn't really need a column to say whether it was or wasn't done. And all of these columns here are going to color code based on what's in them. So right now, for instance, if we go and put N in all of these, then all of those are just going to automatically show up as red. So for instance, like this one here, which is the current vlog, we're in the middle of filming it, so it isn't done in terms of filming. We can put an N there. The editing isn't finished, so I can put an N there. I think that I might actually add a started in or like an S for like some. So we will highlight those and just add in some conditional formatting so that then it shows up as yellow. So new rule, only cells that contain the specific text of S, and we'll make it so that their format is that kind of golden color. There we go. So at least now I'll have a kind of color coded system. So yes, some. So some of the vlog has been filmed and some of it has been edited. I think it'll just give me a better kind of bird's eye view of where everything's at. And although I am still definitely using Notion to plan these videos out, that's mainly for writing down notes about the videos and like maybe scripting or jotting down information I might need to include in the description box or whatnot. This is just so that I have a very easy bird's eye view, and Excel is my first love. Now that I've got that structure in though, I just need to go and update everything. I may or may not have gotten completely distracted and kind of fell into like an existential crisis about the channel and like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Late night thoughts with Jess. But that did lead me to going and unlisting some videos we had on the channel because it's just not relevant to the content that I'm making nowadays, so I don't see the point of having them up. And it's not like they were getting views anyway, so it's not really any great loss. But I have at least made some progress on rejigging that Vlogmas schedule or content schedule for myself. It's not 100%, it's probably going to need another look over tomorrow, but it is definitely looking better than it was before we started because the data on there was very not right. I also went in and wrote myself a task list for tomorrow about what I think my priority for the day will be and stuff that I need to do for that. And then I also made a little content list up here for myself just to figure out what my live streams are going to be for the members' lives and also the work with me and the exclusive videos for January, and a little list of things I need to do before we go on our mini moon. But none of those are priorities for right now because it is 11 o'clock and thus time to go to bed because there is still stuff to do tomorrow. We want to be well rested, or at least well rested as we can be. I might turn off my alarm tomorrow. I don't think the body will let me sleep in because the circadian rhythm is like too good, but at least then there's the potential of sleeping in, or at least more of a potential to sleep in if the alarm isn't going to go off. Anyway, good night. Good morning. Happy Friday. I honestly not feeling great. My sleep was kind of poor. It was quite warm overnight, so getting like good sleep, I guess, was a little more difficult. Plus, when we got into bed, I'm like, oh yeah, getting cozy, getting sleepy and such. And then I realized I hadn't made my overnight oats for today. I'm like, nope, we will not have this. We will not have a second day in a row without overnight oats. So I got out of bed and made those, came back to bed, and then proceeded to have the difficulties falling asleep again. So I'm like, sweet, love that for me. But it's cool because today Jess has overnight oats to look forward to after her walk, and that's something to be pleased with. On the cards for today, I already wrote myself a list and I cannot remember what's on it, but it's gonna be that stuff. In particular, I want to get the Year of Goober challenge and the content around that, like the video and the fact file and anything else that I need done. I think that would feel very satisfying. We were supposed to be going out for tea tonight to a friend's place, but they've had some stuff come up, so we're not going to be doing that. That means I have reclaimed some more time that I could either use for work or maybe use to take a break, because I had a look at my eyes either last night or the night before, and I'm like, whoa, those are bloodshot. You need to calm down with that screen time. For now though, let's go for a walk. The walk is done. The sun is trying to do me murder, but it is time for breakfast and I have overnight oats and I'm so happy. We have the oats, and I was thinking about this the other day when I was, shaking them up because I couldn't bother getting out a spoon to stir them, and how it just makes this mess around the rim of the container. And I was like, that's not very, aesthetic. I don't think the internet's gonna like that. I'm like, but why does it matter? You're not taking a photo for Pinterest or Instagram, so But these are still things that I catch myself thinking like, oh, that doesn't look like right for the internet. And I do feel like those kind of expectations that we have for ourselves, like, oh, it looked so good in this picture, so mine has to look that good or whatnot, can sometimes either suck the joy out of the thing, which I'm not gonna let myself suck the joy out of my overnight oats. I love them too much. Or secondly, it can just stop us from getting started. Like, oh, I don't know, I could make the overnight oats, but then mine won't look as cute as the picture, so what's the point? Like, the point is they're delicious, and I shall make them and I shall eat them. I didn't get out of bed at 11, almost 30 to make you for nothing. So in the interest of just showing off some very unaesthetic things for a second, here is our kitchen bench. We haven't tidied things up. These dishes have been here since Wednesday. The rubbish also migrated to over here, it seems. This box has been sitting here since last week because I got some more syrups, and this is the box they came in, and the box is too big for the recycling bin. And I couldn't be bothered getting the soft plastic out to put it in the soft plastic bin, which is really just a bag that's hanging on the wall, so super aesthetic. And these are my very aesthetic jingle bells that I don't know where to hang, so they just hang here all year round. I think they sound like Christmas though. Anyway, that's enough of an unaesthetic tour. Let's go and eat my overnight oats. Well, I'm gonna eat them. Feeling a lot more awake now and ready to start getting some things done. But in about 15, 20-ish minutes, I am gonna be leaving the house because I have an appointment to go to. So now I'm in that really great state of like, oop, okay, can't get into anything that's gonna like suck my attention or anything because then I'll miss my deadline to leave the house, so then I'll actually arrive to the appointment on time. I'm just gonna set a timer. I'm gonna set a timer for myself so then I don't overshoot and then I can leave the house with enough time to get to said appointment. Everything will be okay. But please do let me know if you can relate to this struggle. The struggle is real. This is the tiny timer that Bogle got for me. So essentially you have 5, 10, 30 or 60 minutes, and whichever length of time you want, you just face that up and then this little guy will turn on and count down for you. So we can turn it on. And then I can be like, oh yeah, 10-minute timer. Sounds great. And then when it's done, buzz, buzz, buzz. I mean, you can turn it on to make noise as well, but I don't usually. I think I'd like one that has more time options, but I'll just set another 10-minute timer because I've got about 10 minutes until I have to leave. 5. We'll make it 5. Alrighty, second one done. Time to think about leaving. The thing I decided to start working on was a thumbnail for a video for the T with a capital T. That one is about weekly schedules for people who have rebel brains and they don't really like to conform to a schedule, so things that are a bit more flexible. But for now, time to leave. From the outing with so many fun findings. We found fufanusa, which are delicious. We found some milk buns, which we're gonna have tomorrow because tomorrow is date night, date day or whatnot. Bogle is organizing us an Eat the Film for K-pop Demon Hunters. So he's gone and like either purchased or prepared a whole bunch of like Korean goodies. But I also wanted a Hokkaido milk bun. I'm pretty sure that's not Korean. Doesn't matter. Still tastes good and I just wanted to have it for my snack. It is so nice that we finally have a good Asian supermarket near us because we can get all the goodies. But now as we are back at the desk, first thing I'm going to do is 1, post the book club poll so that then the book club members can vote on what they would like to read in December. 2, do everything for the Year of Goober Challenge. That's going to be the main focus once I post that poll because the poll has to go up today. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to go up today, but it does. It goes up on the middlest Friday of any month and it is currently the middlest Friday of the month. We've got that one looking good. So our options are who deserves your love, how to create boundaries to start, strengthen or end any relationship. And then our second option is level up your life, how to unlock adventure and happiness by becoming the hero of your own story. I picked the read theme for December, so that's wisdom that you want for 2026. And then Monica and Rachel went through the options that were put forward from our book club members and picked out 2 that they thought sounded interesting. Like 1 each. I'm eager to see who wins. Time to edit the Year of Goober intro video though, featuring Side-Eye Jess. Yeah, I'm getting to it, calm down. It has taken me approximately 27 years, but we now have a little picture file that people can use to display their books if they decide to join the Year of Goober Challenge. I still have to do a bunch of other things like make the info document and actually finish editing the video, but progress. Video done and exporting, now I just need everything else. Mainly just a thumbnail and the information document. I think I'll start with the info document because I think that'll just be easier. I don't know what I want to do for a thumbnail just yet. It's never until I get like this up close and personal with myself that I realize I have this dot on my nose. It constantly surprises me. Every time I take a thumbnail, I'm like, what is that? Is it dirt? No, it's just my face. But the information document has been done. I went and made a cute little ghosty picture, which I think looks pretty sweet. And by made, I essentially mean that I took a bunch of reference images from Canva and like Frankenstein monstered them together. I would like to learn how to do digital drawing. I think that that would be a fun skill to develop. It's not a right now skill. It's definitely not a December skill, but maybe a 2026 skill. That'd be cool. That one is ready for release. That means according to the schedule, there are 35 workdays left and 48 videos to do. I probably should have actually calculated the ratio at the start of the week to see if that was getting better, because I can't do that kind of math in my head. The current ratio though is 1.37 videos per every day. But with that, we are officially stepping away from the computer because the longer I spend there, the more I find to do and the more I stress myself out. And that isn't actually conducive to having a pleasant evening. Sometimes I worry that my plants get angry at me being left in the dark so long.
Vogel's doing some Assassin's Creed Mirage because he didn't want to play Valhalla or Odyssey.
He says that the story in this one is shorter, so more his speed. Whereas I'm just like, all the content. Not really. It is actually just huge Valhalla, but I'm having fun. But for the rest of the evening, I'm gonna play some Assassin's Creed Valhalla, just like decompress, not do some work. That'll be kind of nice. Because one of the things I find is that anytime we're preparing to go on a trip or go away anywhere, I work like crazy the week before to get everything done so that then when I go away, it's all, you know, ready for release and whatnot. And then I get sad because I don't have any time to like play my games and do my hobbies and all of this kind of thing. So I'm kind of tempted next year to set it so that then maybe every, I don't want to say every cycle because that might be too frequent, but I have like dedicated weeks off where I just fully indulge in my hobbies, because I feel like that is probably a better way to approach it than trying to drip feed myself, because I just don't drip feed myself. I'm a binger. Binge on my hobbies. It turns out work was not done with me, so we were back on the computer, we were fixing some stuff up, because it turns out that one of the options we had for the book club actually wasn't really readily available, which was kind of a bummer because it sounds like a good book. In theory, the guy is releasing a 10th year anniversary edition next year though, so we'll just have to wait. But it's cool. We've got the new poll posted. It's almost 10 o'clock, but I don't care. I need more gaming time. I'm not satiated. The TV and the Xbox are obviously satiated though, because the Xbox turned itself off. Rude. I wasn't done with that. But that's because we had to, like, you know, go find a new poll option, delete the old poll, put up the new one, re-announce it, yada yada. It's cool. It's done now. Back on the couch. More games. Well, I got some game time. Not quite as much as I would have liked, but still, that's good. It's cup filling. I like it. For now, though, it is 11:11. Make a wish. I'm gonna go to bed, though, because even though tomorrow is mostly gonna be a day off, in the morning, Vogel's gonna be doing prep for date day, so I will probably do a little bit of work, and it's always good to be well rested. Anywho, good night. Good morning, happy Saturday. I am whispering because it is way too early for me to be up and Vogel is still asleep. But essentially the body chose violence. It's like, nope, you must be awake right now. I don't care if it's like 6:30 in the morning on a weekend. Get up. It's cool. There are things to be done anyways. I'm waiting for Vogel to get up so that we can go for our walk, but between now and then there are a couple things I need to do. One, I made an error in a video I posted yesterday. Thankfully that one hasn't been like fully released yet, but I do want to fix that error before the release happens. 2, we need to respond to comments because it's been a video release day. And 3, probably something else. Right now though, I just need to get a drink because I'm parched. I'm so glad that I was able to find this file in my like temporary files, because the issue is that August and July have the same sweet treats, which is not actually the case. Essentially, I use the Excel file to get the placement right of things, and then I export that as a PDF, and then I take that PDF and turn it into a PNG so that then I can put that in the video. There's probably a more straightforward way to do it, but I love Excel, so this is the most straightforward for me. Yeah, upon closer inspection of that picture, there were definitely more errors than that. I am very glad I triple checked. It's all good. We've fixed the table now. Now we just need to turn it into a picture, put that one onto a title card, put the title card into the video, re-export the video, re-upload the video. It's cool. We have that one re-exporting now. Shouldn't take too long, and then we can re-upload it. Oi, cut it out with your performance warning. I don't care. After tippy-tappy typing up a storm, we have responded to at least some of the comments on today's video release. I know I can't get to all of them. I know that realistically that is not something I can do, but I want to make a dent in them at least when the video first comes out. For now though, Vogel is up. It is time to go for a walk. I don't even know what day we're on in terms of the streak, but the streak is being kept alive. Our walk went well. It was just nice to get out into the fresh air for a little bit, and I have had my overnight oats, this time without pineapple because we don't have any and I'm not going to send Vogel to the shops to get any. And I'm also not going to go to the shops because I haven't really gotten ready for the day. But now it is on to my next work task, which is sorting out a members only video. This one is going to be about flexible weekly schedules, or essentially what I consider to be weekly schedules for rebel brains. So if you find that the typical structure of a weekly schedule where you have like, you know, days of the week, time blocks or whatever doesn't really work, this is just some other options that you could try. The planned release for that video is the Monday after the mini moon, so technically speaking I will have time to edit it when I get back, but I think it would be a very big kindness to future Jess if it was already edited before she goes. Alrighty, I'm hurriedly trying to get my shower done and ready for the day and such, because in 20 minutes coffee chat starts and I always just like going and sitting and hanging out and being part of coffee chat. That's a weekly live stream that Sarah of Sarah Cannon does. It's just a nice way to start the weekend, along with, you know, having done the walk and all of that kind of stuff and having at least the A-roll of that video edited. We need to stop talking, need to go get ready. Finished just in the nick of time, so I think for the hour that coffee chat's going, I'm gonna see if I can film bits and pieces that'll be B-roll for that video I was editing, because I figure that given the sound will be coming out of it, then it's alright if there's something playing in the background. Despite the good intentions, I didn't quite get to the point of filming, but that's okay because I have the materials necessary printed off. I'm going to use those to do the filming of the B-roll. But right now I'm going to go downstairs and help Vogel prep some things for our date. Vogel was going to make us kimbap? Gimbap. One of the two. I can't remember which one it is, but essentially the Korean version of sushi. Sorry, Korea. I know that it's a different food, but we essentially decided we know how to make sushi though, and we know we like sushi. So we're just going to make sushi and be like, yeah, kimbap, but not really. It's in the spirit of things. But Vogel is downstairs making us dumplings, yay, and I'm gonna do a little more filming before we actually officially start day. Genuinely didn't think I was gonna get that one done today, but that one is exporting now, so yay. And now I have all these example schedules that I will probably just recycle. I mean, I could keep them as reference materials, but I probably won't remember later on as to what I was thinking. What was I thinking when I put these on paper? Plus I can save the footage that I filmed to make them as B-roll for future videos. Smart. Just need to make sure I actually put that footage aside somewhere, otherwise it is definitely at risk of getting lost. That's just something I'd like to be better at, you know, as I make videos and such for the channel, just saving the footage rather than putting it into whatever current video I'm working on and promptly forgetting about it. Like for instance, the footage we have from previous vlogs, some of that can be very useful when I'm talking about specific examples that like actually drawn from my real life or whatnot, and having footage to go with those could be quite useful. So it's not a right now me job, but it is definitely a future me problem to go through all of my past footage folders from the previous Change Your Life vlogs and pull out things that I think would be useful for future Jess to have. Right now I just have all of that footage saved on my computer and it is taking up a decent chunk of space. Not to the extent that I'm like super worried about running out of space on my computer, but it's not a small amount of storage that's being taken up. And that video has exported, so I'm gonna go and upload it. That one is officially uploaded, which is another that we can check off the list. Not that I did that before shutting off my computer, but it's fine. It's all good. I will remember to check that off the Vlogmas plan later. For now, we're opening up the curtains so that my plants can actually have some sunlight. It is way sunnier out there than I thought it was, but that's okay. We're going downstairs. No. First, we're getting on our Saja Boys hoodie. I don't care if it's practically summer, I'm wearing my hoodie. I feel very cool. This hoodie is absolutely massive. Like, you can't even see it. Look at that. That's where my fingers don't even come out the end. But it doesn't matter because I am excited to watch the movie and excited to eat. I'm very hungry. Vogel and I had a most pleasant date, bopping along to the songs, having our food, and we were gonna play maybe some board games or something like that, but both of us were kind of just like, or we could play our own solo games. So he's gone upstairs to play Expedition 33 and I'm on the couch playing more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Just having a chill day off. Trying to stop snacking because I ended up opening up a box of bubble tea mochi. So good. So gone. They're gone. It's all good. That wasn't supposed to last longer than 2 days. It's fine. But sitting here in the dark, I am definitely getting sleepy. I'm very tempted to have a nap. At the very least, I do think I'm gonna get an early night tonight, or at least try to, because every time I say I'm gonna get an early night, I never do. So like, I will attempt to. I hope to. We'll see what happens. It always surprises me how easy it is to like lose track of time when I'm gaming, because I swear I filmed the last clip at 5:50-ish and then I thought I played for maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, it's actually now 6:40, and then went back to do a mission and then it was 7:55. So for now though, I think I'm done with gaming for the day. I am honestly feeling really tired, in part because we seem to keep getting late nights despite our best intentions, and the body is just like, hey, circadian rhythm's a thing, how about a 6:30 wake up? It's all good. I think that I am more assured to get that early night though, because I'm pretty much just gonna go and fill in my journal, write down some notes for tomorrow, and then get into bed and read my audiobook, because I am thoroughly enjoying it and I only have a couple hours left. Not that I intend to get through a couple of hours tonight, because I'm probably too tired for that. I have this sneaking suspicion that I'm gonna get into bed, start listening to it, and fall asleep. But that's okay, because an early night is the aim of the game. In terms of things that are happening tomorrow though, we have the Team with the Capital T members hangout, so that should be fun. And I figured that for the rest of the day before the evening, I'm gonna do some video planning, so that then at least when I get back from the mini moon, I can action that stuff. Should probably also put some editing in there. Anyways, it's all good. It all gets captured on the list, so at least tomorrow Jess will know what's going on. Because right now I'm just like, I'm also definitely worried that I'm getting sick, because Vogel has been sick for the past couple of days. I think he's getting better. I don't know, he's getting into the stage where he sounds worse. But I think that he'll probably be okay for at least the majority of the mini moon, and provided I haven't caught it, I should be okay. I might just let myself live in blissful ignorance and or denial if I do get sick. Like, not to the extent where I'm gonna like go around and infect people being hazardous and such, but it would just be nice to not feel poorly when we take our trip. I also went and updated the content tracker, and I have 47 videos left to do before we go to Korea, and 33 workdays left. The ratio is not better than it was before, but I also feel like I had calculated that ratio incorrectly, so who the heck knows. Despite actually quite liking maths, I haven't been doing a great job of it recently, it seems. Maybe I need to do some practice. Not right now though. Right now, I'm gonna get into bed, I'm gonna read, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So, good night. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I feel like I didn't get enough sleep. The body decided to wake up at 5:30, but I forced it to go back to sleep. And then my alarm went off at 7, despite telling somebody to turn off my alarm. That being Shishmexa, not Vogel. But it's fine, it's all good. We're gonna go for our walk, we're gonna keep the streak alive, gonna come home and have some brekkie, and then it'll be time for the team hangout, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's always good to spend time with them. It is hangout time. Very much excited to just like sit down and chill with some cool people. I'm gonna be using it to get some kind of like last minute admin stuff done for work, because tomorrow, given the fact that we're leaving on the mini moon, there's not gonna be a lot of time to do stuff outside of like edit the rest of this vlog and then go. So we have some book club admin, the Year of Goober challenge admin, and also probably just like a little bit of video prep for when I get back, so I can hit the ground running. Like every time I go away, I'm always like, yep, I'm gonna get everything organized so as soon as I get back, I can do work. I know I'm gonna need a little bit of time to decompress, because I always need it. So I'm kind of giving myself this like constant reminder saying, hey, by the way, don't expect yourself to like walk in the door and then come straight back to the computer and get back to work, because that's not gonna happen. Anywho, hangout time. This one is a perk for the team with the capital T. In particular, our tier 3 members. If you wanted to join up to receive membership perks though, then this is the QR code to scan, or there's a link in the description box. hangout today has ended up going until about 5 p.m. So I can't do time math. Like 8 hours of just hanging out? Yeah, it'd be a 9 to 5. And while I did not get as much done as I probably would have liked to, I mean, you know, I was hanging out with people, we're chatting about stuff and whatever else. It's not unexpected. I did manage to get the schedule for all of the membership perks for next year sorted, which is typically a December task for me, but now December just doesn't have to do it. It's all good. I do have to start thinking about wrapping stuff up though, because we are headed out, and by we I mean I, because Vogel still isn't feeling well, and we're going out for tea for brother's fiance's birthday, which is technically tomorrow, but we're going to be going on Mini Moon, so we figured we'd have dinner out tonight. It should be nice. We're going for Thai food. I love Thai food. One of the things I definitely should have been more mindful of when it came to hanging out with people for the entire of the day, not to say that it was time not well spent, because I did enjoy it, I had a great time, but I also haven't edited that much of this vlog as I probably would have liked to, given the fact that Sunday's running out. I am worried that tomorrow Jess is going to have a hard time of it. That is also tomorrow Jess's problem though, because right now we need to get our stuff together because we're about to leave. Enjoyable time hanging with my fam, and we also managed to run into like an old colleague from like when we worked at McDonald's, because brother and I used to work at McDonald's together. I am so full, I'm very tired, but I need to go home and think about packing because tomorrow I'm not gonna have a lot of time to pack and also edit my video. Alrighty, I am home now. I've just gone to my computer, and I think what I'm gonna do is edit until 9 o'clock, which is about half an hour, and then we're gonna pack, because I do want to get just like a little more editing done for tomorrow Jess, so that she has an easier time of it. Of course, if this vlog goes up like well or late, you know exactly how I end up getting on tomorrow, but right now I'm just optimistic about giving tomorrow Jess an easier time. I've managed to get myself to the end of Tuesday in terms of editing, so that's at the 27-minute mark out of 2 hours 25, not including this current footage and anything else that's currently on my phone. So I think, based on the fact that I have both Monday and Tuesday finished, should be able to get this one done and uploaded before we have to leave for the airport tomorrow, because I think we're leaving for the airport at like 12:30ish. That gives me plenty of time, especially given the fact that the body keeps insisting on waking up at ass crack o'clock. I'm sure we're gonna be able to get this one finished. For now though, I do need to start thinking about putting things together for packing. Thankfully, I already put myself together a Mini Moon packing list over here, so I've got that to work with. Just need to go and put things aside. I was doing so well. I was just sorting all my laundry so I could figure out which pieces I already had versus the ones I had to get out of my closet. And then once I had gone and made all of my nice, neat little piles, I fell into a Reels hole, and then I fell into such a deep Reels hole that I ended up reinstalling Threads. It's okay, guys. I uninstalled Threads. We're fine again. We're safe now. But what the heck? Oh my gosh, just pack your gosh dang bag, ma'am. It's 9:45. You have 15 minutes and then this will be done. You're gonna be okay. Packing is the worst. I always make packing take way longer than it needs to, and this is why I am doing it today and not tomorrow. Because even though technically I will have time tomorrow, I won't, because I'm gonna be editing. And then I'm going to be leaving. And then I'm going to be going on the Mini Moon, or the Chibi Moon. And I'm very excited. But it will only be exciting if you actually have everything in your bag. Pack your bag! Oh, I'm doing it, oh my gosh. Most excitingly though, I get to use my little bags. And yes, this one says t-shirts, but honestly, I'm probably going to put more than just t-shirts in here. I lied to myself. It is 10:37. The packing is not finished. But I did finish my audiobook, and I made overnight oats for tomorrow so that Jess will have overnight oats before she goes away, which she will thoroughly appreciate. I already know it. Part of the reason I always kind of drag my feet on the packing is I think, one, in part worrying that I won't have everything I need, which is silly because I'm like, just get on and do it, and then you know you have everything you need and it'll be fine. But also two, I start to overthink like, okay, well, what can I pack now versus what do I have to pack tomorrow, and yada yada. So I think, based on what I've got thus far, sitting over there, looking pretty cute, I might call it a night. I just need to make an actual note to say like, hey, these are the last minute things you need to put in your suitcase tomorrow to make sure I have them. But I think my packing cubes are really cute and I'm very excited to use them. And more than anything, I'm really just excited to be going away, and having a week off work is kind of exciting as well. I hope that when I'm on it, it's more exciting than it is stressful. But for now, I'm gonna go summon Vogel and get into bed and hopefully get a decent night's rest. I always find it hard to get satisfying sleep the night before a trip. It's like the body is kind of trying to remain aware and vigilant just in case I like sleep through my alarm or something like that. I don't think sleeping through my alarm is going to happen given the fact it's woken up at 6:30 or 5:30 for the past however many days. My alarm doesn't go off till 7. Anywho, I'm going to do that. So now for something completely different. Blarg. Blarg. Okay, you can be quiet now. Oh, hey Teddy. There you go. You can be in it. Oh my god. I didn't order these, but these, wow. These silicone wheel covers. Anyways.
Over time.
Ah. Ew, it's dusty. I'm gonna do something. One would hope so. Solid. Take this plate, but I also wanted to talk to you. But I also need to hold this can. We're doing good. There are definitely more sensible ways to go about this. Whereas I'm just like, I don't even know. I don't. Our walk went well. Finished in the nick of time. Just need to get myself completely ready and then head off to do that. That was vague. Let's try that again. Wah wah. Sporting. Wow, blowout much. Thank you. Calm down. Stay. Or don't. Okay, just fall over. See if I care. I am very pleased that I can go away next week on our mini moon trip knowing that all of the content that needs to come out that week is sorted, and I've made a decent start on the stuff for Vlogmas because Vlogmas is coming. To ensure that you don't miss any of our Vlogmas videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But to see how I've been getting on for the rest of our challenge, not just Vlogmas related stuff, but the other goals I'm currently working on too, then this playlist is the next one to check out. While Vlogmas might be my main focus at the moment, that doesn't mean there aren't other things that I want to accomplish too. So click or tap on that one and I'll see you over there.